All right, what's good? What's good? What's good? Good morning. Good morning to the Fanon International Boxing family. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Jose Lopez in the building. What's good, man? Said, man, good day, Fanon, and all you Fanonaholics. Yeah, man. Thank you. I'm blessed to have some Fanonaholics, man. Yeah, man. Thank you, brother. Tank is the fake. Kodak said Tank is the face in boxing. Say it slow. Haniacs in Shakur. And the haters can understand. So, yeah, Tank is the face of boxing. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Tank is the face of boxing. Young man is the only one that makes money. Tank is one of the only profitable fighters in the sport of boxing. Ones that are actually profitable. Not just a rest haven for thieves and skullduggerers. What up, Zacharias? How you feeling, man? Ricky Williams, what's up, man? Jose Lopez said, anyone saw Team Crawford talking shit to Tito Mercado? Tito talks shits to lots of boxers, but I never hear any boxer mention his name. I don't even know who Tito Mercado is. But let me tell you something. Terrence Crawford team talks shit to everybody. That is a normal ass thing for Terrence Crawford's crew. They talk a lot of flap. They yap a lot. They do a lot of that lip flapping. They need to slow ass down, man, with all that lip flapping, man. They do too much, man. That dude named Dave said that that dudes tried to chase him. They said they tried to chase him for saying, "What's up, champ? What up, champ?" And that man got hot. Who you talking to? East of the river in the building, man. What up? What up, God? What up, Ray Patterson? Joshua Roberts. What's up, man? Salute to you, bro. Lee Jackson. Good morning, man. What's happening? Jose Lopez. Fern in the building. Fresh Baker. Nicole. Good morning. Good morning, young lady. Good morning. Just Do Boxing. Hey, man, what up to you, man? Salute to you, Just Do. Salute to you, Just Do. What's up, man? Y'all make sure y'all follow Just Do Boxing. That's my man, 100 grand. Shout out to Just Do Boxing, man. You know, shout out to in the right channel now so you can see everything. Here, let me put this thing up so everybody can see the comments on the screen. The tougher to see. Yeah. I wish I could move that mug. Oh, yeah, if you get a full screen, you can see it. Oh, yeah, man, Just Do. You good people, bro. You good people. Shout out to Mrs. Just Do, too. Shout out to Mrs. Just Do. I appreciate a man that does work with his wife, man. That's an honorable thing, bro. You know what I mean? I think you're an honorable person, man. I think you're an honorable person. And I don't say that about a lot of people, man. Especially the people that are doing the stuff that we're doing. My gut feeling and every interaction with me that I've had with you is that you're a quality dude, man. And I appreciate you being a quality dude. Really. Greatly appreciate you being a solid guy. We need more solidarity, solidish behavior. We need more solid behavior out of each of us, including myself. You know what I mean? Sometimes I go snapping and call people names and, snap off. And I'm not always the best person in the world for doing that. So I don't want to be too much of a hypocrite. I know that, I can be kind of wild and out there. But I try to be solid. You know what I mean? I try to tell the truth. I think you try to tell the truth. You know what I mean? You say, yeah, that's real, OG, and yeah, my girl is truly a partner. She's dope. Fire. Yeah, man. No joke, bro. You're an honorable man. You're an honorable man. I can see that. You know what I mean? That speaks volumes for you. A lot of people want to run around and not have their women anywhere around them, which means, there's a separation there to a certain extent. Could be. Bud should have fought more real fighters. Okay. What's up, Nicole Queen? I'm waiting for 100 people to get into the building. Salute, Martin. I hope all is well with you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Nicole Queen. Thank you, man. I try my best. I've been doing a lot of by the way, please go subscribe to the MH Blackwell channel because we do a 2 o'clock. I really want it to be a 1 o'clock, but like a 2 o'clock live stream. It's scheduled for 2 o'clock. Sometimes I'm a little early, sometimes I'm a little late. But man, I really want to have some good, conversations over there. And we really had a good one yesterday. Mike Oxlong said, can you believe a demographic of people during the 1950s and 60s were worth something to us? Now they are worth nothing. I don't know of what you speak, Mike Oxlongs. I have an idea about what you're saying, but if you could complete your thought, you got to give me a little bit more. You got to give me a little bit more information to respond to that on. I know that there is a perception. You can always have a perception that people are good with you. And you can think somebody's your friend and your loved one for a very long time. And then you can become enlightened later on and realize, these people were never my friends. They were never, they were never what you thought they were. I don't know, he can rage bait, but he has to do a better, not Chad 404. He has to do a better job of rage baiting because I don't know what he's talking about. To rage bait me, you have to be clear. What up, man? He said, let's start the day off, man. Thank you, so thank you, brother. And I'm going to keep the color up so we can always have some color up. What's up, Cool Complex? He said, Fanon, do you think Shakur hand injury will give him a disadvantage in this fight? Yeah, it is a disadvantage that he has. It's a potential one. Yeah, absolutely. If his hands are not all the way together, yeah, that could be a very big disadvantage. Yeah, his fragileness of his hands, yeah, that's a disadvantage because he's always got to worry about whether or not they're going to break, right? And if you got fragile hands and you're punching people upside the head, any point in time, you can hurt your hand. Talking about, okay, what up, KO? Hey, says salute. Thanks for your help, homie. I appreciate it. Hey, no worries, man. No worries. You good people, man. Another dude with integrity, man. Shout out to my guy, Knockout Boxing 86 TV. Another guy that behaves with integrity. I appreciate that, man. Another guy that really behaves with integrity, moves with integrity, which is important. Nobody's perfect, especially me, but it's really appreciated when people move with integrity, honesty and integrity. I look like Steve Harvey. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you. Hit the like button, please do. He ain't never fighting Tank with them broke ass hands. Well, I don't think he's ever going to fight Tank because they're trying to grow him into something where they don't have to fight Tank. Turkey Al-Sheikh may have a couple more coins left somewhere, stuffed in a bank somewhere. Shout out David Bell. What up, man? Shout out David Bell. Says Chicago in the building. Shout out David Bell. All things said, T.O.'s fragile mind is a disadvantage too. Oh, it absolutely is. T.O. No, you know what the big advantage is? The big advantage for Shakur Stevenson is that Teofimo Lopez talked all that crap about black folk. Teofimo Lopez, this is going to tell what kind of person Shakur Stevenson is. All that talk, and that may be, even though it is some nonsense, might actually be, a very, very big advantage for Teofimo Lopez. If Teofimo Lopez just calls him the N-word or something, he may try to get Shakur to try to come at him. If Shakur get at him too much, T.O.'s going to hit you. And T.O. can crack, T.O. can crack, bro. T.O. can crack. I got a video coming up about it. The man is the same size as Bud. Isaiah YWD said, Fanon, have you seen how big Shakur is? Yeah, man. Shakur looks very big. Looks big. But you know how they do. They're always the fighters nowadays. You don't know what weight the class they're in until they hit 30. Like, you don't really know what any of these fighters' weight classes are now until they hit like 30 years old, 32 years old. And when they get to be about 30, 32 years old, then their body cannot continue to shrink down and do all that dumb shit. You have to fight at those weight classes. And here's the funny thing. Then you become the same size as a lot of the guys. But because you had so many fights where you got to beat up on little guys and perfect your craft with no danger to you, you're better prepared to fight the bigger guys up later on. Hey, Victor rolled over and snacks still in effect. They might have Victor's remains in that snack, something like that. I mean, I really think with Shakur, let me say, man, I would prefer to think. What I would prefer to think is that it was that it's not the snack. What I would prefer to think is that it is the weight loss process that he has been involved in. You know what I mean? Oh, hey, yeah, man. Put your link in the chat, KOD. KOD testimonies, man. Put your link in the chat, man, and just say, please subscribe. Yeah, you can. No doubt, man. We can send 8 people over there to subscribe to you. That's not a problem. I think that's cool. We can do that. Please subscribe to KOD Testimonies Boxing for Life. You got to put a link in the chat so that they can click it, hit the subscribe, and jump back on. That would be absolutely awesome. Do you guys consider, let me ask you guys some questions. Do you guys think that this Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson fight, what does it say? What does it say about the 140-pound division? What do you think it says about the 140-pound division? Does it put Teofimo Lopez and Shakur at the top of the division? Teofimo Lopez says that has an argument to already be at the top of the 140-pound division because he beat Josh Taylor, who hadn't lost, but had been stripped of titles. And he hasn't lost. He's kept his belt. He might be the longest reigning champion. Isn't he? A matter of fact, isn't Teo the longest reigning champion at 140 pounds? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Teofimo Lopez is the longest reigning champion. I think he is at the top of the division. I think that's fair because, man, I actually think that's fair. I don't think that's hype. Vern said that's 2 undercarriage fighters getting in the ring. Yeah. Yeah, but I do think that I think it's a good argument, though, man. I really do. I think it's a good argument. He said, hey, Just Do Boxing said Teofimo the most established champion at 140. You're right, OG. Yeah, I think he is. I think he's the longest reigning. He beat the guy that had all the belts, and he's had the most title defenses. He defended against Jermaine Ortiz, Sandor Martin. God doggone, who else did he do? Who else did he fight? He just fought somebody else. I can't remember. Kentrell said, I don't see Shakur trying to fight anybody else in 140. I mean, I think he can. I think, to be honest and fair to Shakur, I think Shakur can beat everybody at 140. With the only guy that I would say that I'm not going to say out of my mouth that I think he can beat is Gary Antoine Russell. Shakur's fighting style is just very difficult, man. Steve Claggett, thank you very much, Big Cool. Thank you very much, Steve Claggett. Teofimo fought Steve Claggett. Thank you, Big Pooh. Barboza. That's the one I missed too. Barboza. Yeah. Shakur went and made, I believe, the biggest fight for himself outside of Tank. I respect them both for fighting each other. The shot, that is a shot boxing needs, in my opinion. I think it is. I think you're right, Just Do. I'm in favor. I mean, I like it, man. I like it. I think that is, especially it's a good American fight. And I hope that the matchup itself winds up being as good as what it seems to be on paper. Right. And I think they've got a lot. And again, it's 2 American fighters. So I support that. I'm not the biggest DAZN fan. They don't have a sponsor for the fight. So these guys really got to sell those tickets. And is it a pay-per-view or is it on? Everything is on pay-per-view now. So it's probably a pay-per-view. Seems like everything's on pay-per-view. Yeah, I just hope it's not a snoozy. Yeah, yes. Teo, hey Fern, Teo didn't retire. Teo just said fuck Devin Haney. Teo, that's what Teo did. Fern. Teo said, nah, you're not fighting for the WBO belt because he was going to have an easier matchup than Regis Prograis against somebody. I think it might have been against Barboza, somebody like that for the WBO belt. Tim Bradley saying Shakur always using his hand wraps. That's why his hands don't get better. Hey, man, don't be cheap. Hey, Contrell, you say you seen the mayor of Minneapolis kicked out kicks ICE out of the state for killing that lady. I mean, out of the city. They can't kick you out of the state. Nah, yeah, you can't. They can't kick you out of the state, man. Can't kick you out of the state. I have no idea what WTW means. I'm sorry. You have to speak to the gray in my beard. They can't kick you out of the city either. Yeah, they can't kick you out of the state, bro. Out of the city, yeah. I mean, you know, I'm sure they're trying to kick ICE out. Hey, man, this dude Trump is a thug, man. Trump got it thugged out, dog. Trump got the world thugged out. Oh, what's the word? Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man. What's the word? Johannesburg. What's up? What's the word? Johannesburg. Nuke the Duke, whatever. Nuke said Bud unretiring after this rematch clause with Canelo expires. Man, look, I don't even want to be talking crazy, but I don't think you can get away with that shit. I mean, I don't think you should get away with that stuff. If you had a rematch clause, you should have gave a guy a rematch. But I don't know if he had a rematch clause or not, because I never heard a mention of a rematch clause. Have you heard a rematch clause? I haven't heard I have not heard a mention of a rematch clause in the from Canelo Alvarez. Pressure will bust pipes. What's up? Salute for 9. Top of the morning. Salute. Yes, sir. Top of the morning, brother. Top of the morning. Top of the morning. Floyd did it to Oscar. Well, Nuke the Duke. If Floyd did it to Oscar, then Terrence is doing it to Canelo. That is what Canelo gets. First, there was no automatic rematch clause. Yeah, I didn't think there was. I didn't think that there was a rematch clause. Because Canelo, I don't think that there was. Alonzo Gibson said, good morning to you. How are you? I'm well, you know. I'm doing well, man. We're just getting this year of boxing coming on. Shakur Stevenson is going to be fighting Teofimo Lopez. Tim Bradley talked about how Shakur Stevenson is messing his hands up by reusing hand wraps. And he also talked about, he basically went off on Shakur a lot. He went off on Shakur a lot. What I thought was funny though was my guy's name? Roy Jones Jr., man. Roy Jones Jr. was like, look, bro, I would punch the shit out of you for saying the shit you said. Roy's like, man, look, I would pop you upside your head, bro. Like Riddick. Hey, what's the guy? Hey, quiz. What is the guy's name that Riddick Bowe? What is the guy's name that Riddick Bowe punched in the press conference? If you want to rematch, he could pressure him publicly. Yeah, but it won't do any good, man. Yeah, Roy's the man, bro. Larry Donald. Thank you, Nuke the Duke. Larry Donald. Do his ass like Larry Donald, bro. Yak. That's what he said. He's going to do him like Larry Donald, man. He said he's going to do him like Larry Donald. Yeah. They all good. It's going to be a throwdown. I remember that. Yeah, yeah. So that's basically Roy was saying you need to do that. Roy's basically saying, nah, man, yeah, you need to do that. When you see him, tell him you better keep somebody between me and you, because no joke. But he was like, there's old school and there's new school. If it's us, we going at you, dog. And they ain't no joke, bro. You going to get punched, dog. Like Mike Tyson said, there are way too many people. Society has made people way too comfortable with talking shit without getting punched in the face. Yeah, he hit him with a two-piece, man. Ooh, would have knocked you silly. Hey, Larry Donald took a good shot, though, man. Riddick was known for sucker punching. Hey, man. Man, Riddick Bowe is a wild dude. Fern said, man, that was in 1994. Damn. I'm getting old. Yeah, man. It is what it is, man. We get old, bro. You're getting old with time, man. Get older with time. I'm just happy that I'm still here, that I'm still in good health. I only have a couple vices. I hope my vices don't get me. I'm trying to minimize my vices, and I'm trying to take extra good care of myself other than my vices. Troy Hutch said, those 90s heavyweights were great. Nothing like golden age heavyweights, though. Hey, man, let me ask you a question. Who was the baddest chick of the 90s, of the 1990s? I wanted to ask you something about that. Who was the baddest chick beyond in the 1990s? If you can't answer that question, you should not be in this live stream. You've been jogging, working out. I've been walking. Now I can't jog because my knee is torn up, Troy. Nah, man, my knee is torn up, so I have to walk. I get up and walk 2 miles a day with my wife. Haley Berry. Grace Jones is more of an 80s girl. Haley Berry. Nia. Wow, I think Nia is probably the most overrated. Yeah, Zulu Lion. Yeah, Zulu Lion. I think Nia Long is probably the most overrated, bro. Pamela Anderson and Janet Jackson. Pamela Anderson is an interesting vote. Haley Berry's probably already got it. Like Haley Berry or totally Stacey Dash. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Man, Haley Berry's just running away with it. Haley Berry is just Tony Braxton. Vivica Fox. Yeah, Vivica Fox was a fox. That ain't no joke. I think Vivica Fox had too much surgery. But when she was, man, Zulu Lion said Carmen Electra. Yeah, Carmen Electra was no joke. Hey, man. And how about to make Umar Johnson mad? How about Tyra Banks, Jada, Claire Huxtable forever? That's more 80s. What about Anna Nicole Smith? Hey, dog, I'm going to tell you the baddest white girl was Anna Nicole Smith. The one that got the 70-year-old billionaire, Anna Nicole Smith. Dog, Anna Nicole Smith was something else, dog. Mary J. Blige, yeah, Anna Nicole Smith, man. Hey, dog, no joke. Anna Nicole Smith. Anna Nicole Smith was something else, bro. She was something. Now, she eventually got all overweight or whatever, dog, but she was something serious, bro. Anna Nicole Smith. Mariah Carey, yeah. Mariah Carey, I was shocked when I found out Mariah Carey was black. That's one of I don't care what anybody says about Mariah Carey. Let me tell you something, man. I do not care what anybody says about Mariah Carey. I fucks with Mariah Carey forever and ever and ever because she says she's a black woman. She did not have to tell nobody she was a black woman, and she did it. And she married an ignorant Negro named and had babies by him. So when I found out she was black, I was like, yes, one for the team, dog. One for the team. Oh, Lord have mercy. Brooke Shields. Yeah, for the Snow Bunnies, she's a classic. Paula Abdul. But I put Brooke Shields more 80s. Now she's 80s and 90s too. But Brooke Shields for real is in the 80s. Man, I say, hey, he said pink. Pink. Swiss. Who's Swiss? Swiss Beats? Paula Abdul. Hey, Paula Abdul. Nate, what's the girl's? What's that? Naomi Campbell. Naomi, yeah. She had Nick Cannon, yeah. Oh, Ananda Lewis, yeah, yeah. That so makes me so sad. Yeah, Ananda Lewis is definitely way up there. Yeah, she's definitely way up there. Sade is more the 1980s. I would say Sade is the 1980s. I would put her more 1980s. More 1980s. You know what I mean? Christina Applegate, yeah, she's 80s too, but that's my age. But yeah, Christina Applegate, yeah. I'm telling you, man, the hands down winner is already. Madonna's in the 1980s too, and she's not even in the top 30, bro. Madonna's not even in the top 30s, bro. Daisy Duke, she's not even in the top 30, bro. Angela Bassett and Angela Brooks. Who's Angeline Brooks? I don't even know who that is. I don't even know who that is. That's the 70s, though. Yeah. I could go back to the 70s. My problem is I can't do now. I couldn't tell you who the baddest is now because they all look like kids and they all look like hoochies. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got way too much hoochieism right now. Man, let me tell you, Jasmine Guy should be forever go on record for, man, she did not age well. My goodness. You know why? Because she doesn't have any surgery. She won't do surgery. So she didn't. Yeah, Jane Kennedy is the 1970s, bro. Jane Kennedy is the 1970s and the 1980s. Hillary is in the, from Fresh Prince. Lark Voorhees, yeah, before she went crazy. Lark Voorhees, at any time before Lark Voorhees went crazy. Yeah, Pam Grier is the 1970s. That's the 1970s. Foxy Brown. Regina King is just, man, come on, man. You making an honorary mention out of Regina King. Regina King is just dope. That's my favorite actress is Regina King. Yeah, man. Yeah, I was just wondering, man. Because I wanted to mix up the conversation a little bit, man. The Rule of Foxy Brown. Yeah, man. Yeah, Pam Grier is a legend. I can't remember the name of the other woman that was, man, there's a lot of really pretty women, man. Hey, said Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez at her peak was kind of ridiculous, I have to admit. I mean, my only problem with Jennifer Lopez is she never allows herself to get fat. Patra, yeah, Patra was dope. Yeah, Patra was really dope. You talking about the Patra in the 90s, the reggae singer Patra? Man, I haven't said that name in 30 years. I haven't even said that name. Roseanne. Layla Rashawn. Yeah, I remember Layla Rashawn, man. That's crazy. Anyway, half the Olympic track. First of all, they always win. Nobody's better looking than, I'm sorry if I isolated women. But anyway, does anybody have any boxing questions to talk about? I'm telling you, there's not a lot of interest in Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, bro. What up, JC Cowboy Network? Yeah, Maya. Yeah, Maya's gorgeous. Maya's just got a great fucking attitude, bro. I follow Maya on Instagram still. Maya has a great attitude. Rosie Perez, yeah. And she's got a great attitude too. But Maya's just got a great attitude, dog. Like, seriously, bro. Like, Maya's just knows. Her attitude is terrific. One of the most beautiful thing about people are their attitudes. Lisa Coleman, I'm not familiar with Lisa Coleman. Rosie Perez is fine as fuck on White Men Can't Jump. Yeah. And she was bad as shit on what did Rosie Perez came out? She came out as the girlfriend of Spike Lee in She's Gotta Have It. Was she in She's Gotta Have It? What movie was she in? What movie was Rosie Perez in with Spike Lee? Do the Right Thing? Oh, and the Do the Right Thing. Yeah, Do the Right Thing. Yeah, she's in Do the Right Thing. Man, that's taking it back. Yep. They can't buy tickets anymore. And their tickets look terrible. Look at this shit right here. Look at this right here. Mookie. Hey, man. Dog, I love, hey, man. Rosie Perez pisses me off, bro. Rosie Perez, though. Rosie Perez be pissing me off. Yeah, oh, my God. Oh, how could I have forgotten? How can you forget Selma Hayek? Selma Hayek is the top 10 in the 1980s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s. Selma Hayek has been bad in the 1980s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, 2000. There is no goddamn reason for Selma Hayek to look that damn good for that damn long. Selma Hayek is ridiculous, bro. I can't lie, dog. Selma Hayek is ridiculous. Selma Hayek is ridiculous. Tracy Ross and the entire cast show. Yeah. Nah, I like Tracy Ross. Yeah, seriously, man. No joke. Selma Hayek has been bad as shit for like 5 decades. All right. 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and the 6 years we have in this one right now. That's in five different decades that I know of. Selma Hayek has been off the charts. Tretch women in lyric was super thinking. Hey, what's that dark-skinned girl's name in Belly? What was the dark-skinned girl in Belly that played opposite DMX in Belly? But he has all kind of pretty women, man. Sade, yes, Sade I do, yeah. She's very graceful. That is a very, very, very graceful woman. That is a very yeah. Keisha, whatever her name is, yeah, she was beautiful, really beautiful too. Anyway, a lot of them, man. A lot of beautiful black women, a lot of beautiful people of color. But I'm telling you right now, ain't none of them that much better than Anna Nicole. Denise Nichols, yes, for sure. Knew you like them thick, yep. Tarai, I think that's what I don't know, but anyway, just that girl in that particular movie. Oh, I know who the baddest one now is. It's what's her name? What's the African girl's name again? What is the African girl's name that played in Black Panther? The African girl that played in Black Panther. I cannot remember her name, man. Yeah, Selma aged backwards. That's crazy, bro. I'm seriously. Selma Hayek is just off the chain. Yeah. Vanity. Oh, Vanity's ridiculous, bro. Vanity. I had a picture. Hold on. Look at this. Anyway, that's a fun conversation, man. T-Boz, yeah. Angela Bassett, Janice Richards. Lupita, yeah. Lupita Nyong'o. Yeah, Lupita Nyong'o. Yeah, Lupita is bad, man. Lotto. I wouldn't touch Lotto with a 10-foot pole, bro. Hell no. Lotto is trouble. Lotto is looking for trouble. Yeah, Megan Fox is ridiculous. No, seriously, bro. I would not fuck around with Lotto to save my life, dog. Lotto, you looking for trouble with that. You know what I mean? You looking for real trouble with Lotto, dog. I ain't know. Nope. Dolly Parton, yeah. Oh, Dolly Parton is just a beautiful person. Dolly Parton is just a beautiful person, man. Yeah, Chili. Yeah, Chili too. Yeah. They don't, them Indians age well, bro. Girl from the Barbie movie. Yeah, what's her name? The white girl from the Barbie movie. Yeah, she's beautiful. Hey, what's the name of the girl that y'all hate on ESPN? What's the name of the sellout girl on ESPN opposite of Stephen A. Smith? What is her name? Yeah, Margot Robbie. That's Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie. No, I'm saying, oh, yeah, Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, she's a thickie. Yeah, Malika. I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all don't like Malika Andrews, but Malika's right about whatever Malika Andrews wants. Malika Andrews, you can be as dumb as you want to be, dog. Say what the hell you want, bro. Malika Andrews, dog. Oh, yeah, Jessica Biel is still decent. She's beautiful. She's a great ad. Molly Querim, too. Yeah, they all a bunch of bad chicks, bro. Nah, seriously though, for real though, I don't care how mad y'all get at that. What's her name? Malika Andrews. I don't care what she says. Turn the TV down. I don't even care. Just turn the volume down and keep talking. You know what I mean? Turn the volume down and keep talking. Kelly Rowland. Oh, Kelly Rowland's better looking than Beyonce. Kelly Rowland was the prettiest one in that group, in my opinion, by far. Ashanti is illegal, bro. Ashanti is illegal. I saw Ashanti live and Sierra live. Yeah, kind of ridiculous. Actually, Ashanti is like unexpectedly, in the South, they call that fine. She is unexpectedly thick. Let me put it that way. Ashanti is I saw Ashanti in the 90s. Oh, no, in the early 2000s, maybe around 2004. I don't know, maybe around 2007, 2008, something is when I saw Ashanti. I saw Ashanti and I saw Sierra. Both of them girls are like, you're going to have some linebacker babies out them girls. That's, if you're looking for somebody to breed with for an athlete, god dang, Ashanti is thick, exactly, thicker than a Snicker. Yeah, the Brad is fine. His sister is way finer though. Like Lisa Ray is somebody else you got to leave alone, bro. She'll get you shot. like, bro, Lisa Ray is somebody you leave alone because she gonna get you shot. You know what I mean? Taylor Rooks is a beast. Yeah. What's that girl's name? Jason Taylor's got a sister that's really beautiful. Nah, for real though, you gotta leave them girls alone. They'll get you shot. It ain't worth it with her. It ain't worth it with Lisa Ray. It ain't worth it. Yeah, Maya might be worth it. It ain't worth it with Lisa Ray, bro. My boy got with Maya though. The word is that my homeboy used to kick it with Maya. You know, used to have a little bit of a thing with Maya. Because Maya's from the DMC. Maya's from the Maryland, D.C., somewhere up there. Ain't she Maryland or D.C.? Silver Spring, something like that. I might have had a friend that might have tapped that. Dog, you know what it is to be a noob, bro. I love that shit. I know that's living vicariously, dog. When you're like, come on, dog. He said, crazy woman got that. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't ask him about it, bro. I ain't never gonna ask that man about his business like that. But I might have had a friend or two that may have been, participating with some of these ladies. Jada Pinkett Smith is also way up there for me. I am a big Jada Pinkett fan. I don't care what y'all got to say about her, Will Smith, all that other nonsense. I'm happy that Will Smith smacked the shit out of Chris Rock. He should smack their ass hard. PG County, I wish Will Smith would have smacked his ass even harder for talking shit about her. Because I met a Jada Pinkett Smith, and Jada Pinkett Smith was super nice to me. So I am a supporter. Hell no, yeah, she a demon, all right. She a demon, but that demon was nice to me. That demon was nice and flirtatious with me. So I don't give a shit. Let me tell you something. That demon was mighty flirtatious with me, and I loved every second of it. She's a nut. Yeah, you know it. This is before she went full nut job. I don't care though. She was, hey. Dog, she was a pretty motherfucking dog. That's all I will say. Looking at her face, bro, that girl is gorgeous. That girl is gorgeous, bro. That girl is gorgeous. So she can be a nut. She can be all of that. That was a gorgeous nut. I'll tell you that. I would have cheated on her with Lisa Bonet. Look, bro, I'm in love with Lisa Bonet. I can't. There's very few actresses that I will say, damn, I got crushes on. Like all these girls are cute and all of that. The only true ones that I actually ever had crushes on are Rashida Jones and Lisa Bonet. I had an actual crush on Lisa Bonet. Like I really wanted to meet Lisa Bonet. When I was a kid, I was like, that's what I want. I want Lisa Bonet. Yeah, on the Cosby Show, bro. I went to black colleges because of that shit. What up, Thomas Hill says, salute my man's Martin. How you say Tim exposed? Oh, man, because he says that he's overtraining. He said, if don't fuck around, you're overtraining. I use the exposed. That might have been the right word for it. But basically saying that he keeps hurting his own hand because he keeps reusing hand wraps. So he needs to stop being cheap, and he needs to get a professional hand wrap guy. That's what he was saying. I shouldn't have used the word exposed. I should change the title because that's kind of not what it is. What Roy Jones Jr. did was to expose Shakur for not going off on Teofimo Lopez. Yeah, Jada's mom is like that. I'm just telling you, bro. Yeah, he said, yeah, Lisa was my crush, so I'll take her today. Oh, my God. Lisa, oh, man, let me tell you something. Lisa Bonet today is still off the charts. Personally, I still think that woman is off the charts. Like, with all of the whole witchy shit she got going on, I've been thinking she's just, man, that girl's just off the charts. Some people didn't age as well, though. G Bread Boy, what up, man? You know? Yeah, it's the witchy stuff that gets me, bro. Yeah, see, she has a very exotic look. Yeah, it ain't exotic, it's fucking witchcraft. The chick is a goddamn witch. Trust me. Like, I know exactly what she got tattooed all over herself, bro. She was in that money. She was in that money in that movie with man, what was that? It was in that voodoo movie, man. She was in that voodoo movie, man, with the devil baby, bro. After that, dog, she went full voodoo, bro. You can see in the way she dresses, the stuff she does. Dog, she damn, Joe, sure. Here we go, hot dude. What is that? What is that? Not Enemy of the State. It was a movie about this guy that died and has sold his soul to the devil. And they were like in the bayou of Louisiana, and she was like a love interest or something, but then she wound up having a baby by the devil. That's the movie that Lisa Breida was, not Lisa Breida. Lisa Breida is a friend of mine. Lisa Bonet was in. Pro tip, don't eat yellow snow. Yeah, okay, yeah, she's definitely a witch, but I'll still take her, bro. Exactly, bro. I love witches. I ain't got no problem with witching. She's definitely one of them. Zulu Lion said, damn, you got a good memory. Yeah, I got a good long-term memory. I got a bad, yeah, Angel Heart was the name of the movie. Yeah, Angel Heart. She was in Angel Heart. That's why niggas like, man, she did all that voodoo, and she been doing voodoo shit since then. You know what I mean? Ox Steel said, don't be so. Hey, by the way, if anybody wants to support on Thursdays, which used to be Super Chat Thursdays, it would be greatly appreciated. If you can't, cool. If you can, it would be terrific. I haven't put a goal up for a while, but if you can, cool. If not, but that is how we're able to pay for the channel. Oh, you talking about Angel Heart? Yeah, man. Ever since she was in Angel Heart, bro, I knew full well. I was like, this chick is full witch. And I love it, dog. And honestly, bro, she was the girl that got me into a lot of the studies that I did into voodoo. Because I've done a lot of esoteric studies, a lot of, studying of not as much like the Wicca and all of that, but the Rosicrucians, all of that stuff. A lot of that was inspired by exactly how witchy Lisa Bonet was. Because I was like, man, if I can get this, I gotta be on my witchcraft. Because this girl is out there wild, bro. I like Fantasia. Oh yeah, Fantasia is a sweetie pie. I wish she would come home already. Fantasia. Yeah, Fantasia, talking about Fantasia the singer. Man, Fantasia the singer she seems to be like with a high-pitched voice. Yeah, she's very, very pretty. She seems very sweet, like a very sweet person. You know what I mean? But yeah, I was talking about Angel Heart, man. Yeah, those are the only two people that I've ever had like legitimate crushes on. Is Rashida Jones and Kadita Jones. Really, I should say both of them. And Lisa Bonet. Other than that, everybody's pretty much just pretty, Yeah, Erykah Badu was on that shit too. Vanity is, beautiful. Fanon, you do this female talk to avoid the fact that you got tanked. I don't care about what you're talking about, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for reacting to you. I'm not interested in what you have to say. I'm really not. But thank you for coming by. I do this female talk. Like seriously, man. I got a live stream I'm doing today. The conversation got off the hilt a little bit. It is what it is, bro. Dudes are wild, man. Dudes are really, really wild, bro. They are really, really, really wild. Huh. Don't be surprised if Shakur. Why do you say that, man? Why do you say that Shakur pulls out of the fight citing an injury? I certainly hope he doesn't do that, man. Man, it's like 50 people just, man, it's them ads. Erica Badu said, I quote, her poom poom smells like strawberry and gunpowder. I heard you. What? What did she say? Erica Badu said, I quote her poom poom smells like strawberries and gunpowder. I heard she is a witch. Yeah. Look, man, anybody with all those tattoos, bro, that's what they're on. Okay. I'm just going to tell it. I'll wake you up to all of that. Any of these people with a ton of witch and a ton of tattoos on them, man. What do you think tattoos are? Tattoos are things you put on your body that are like talismans you put on your body. So they have their like talismans and things on their body, tattooed on their body with Lord knows what is in that tattoo. Taz, oh, Martin, I know these people that criticize you over Tank are the same people that constantly complain over the fact that all people talk about is Tank. Go figure. Hey, man, I'm just talking today, and I put his picture in there. Man, that's crazy. Let me read that again, man. Martin, you know these folks criticize you over Tank are the same folks that constantly complain over the fact that all people talk about is Tank. Yeah, I know. Look, bro, I'm talking about Tank. And thank you so much, Thomas Hill, for the message. I don't want to be rude or dismissive of it. Look, bro, it is what it is. If I want to talk about that, put it in a picture. I want to put it in a picture. It's what it is. There's really there's nothing going on today in boxing, really, that is overriding, bro. However, let's get on that talk about that for a second. The ticket sales that you guys are doing are a scam. Okay? I also wanted to get away from a lot of you same-sex dudes. So I felt that if I started talking about women, I would run a lot of you guys off. Like, seriously. I started talking about women because I wanted some of you guys to get disgusted and leave. I always tell you that I know you guys are fugazi. So a large number of you fugazi ass dudes don't want to have this conversation and really can't relate. Okay? Let me be very honest about why I did that. I didn't want to be talking to you sweetie pies today. So I said, let me talk about all the women that are beautiful. And let's just, I might isolate some women, but I also knew that I would isolate y'all. Y'all don't want to hear us talk about pretty women because you don't like women. I was just testing you, bro. You know what I mean? And the 20, 30, 40 of you guys, 50, 60 of you fugazi ass clowns that always come around don't want to hear it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just don't want to hear it. And I knew it. You know what I'm saying? It's like when I start talking about black politics, bro. Y'all don't want to hear it, man. And that means I get a break from y'all, man. That's why I asked somebody to put some. If you could donate in the Cash app or the Super Chat, it'd be greatly appreciated. That way, I don't really have to worry about any type of numbers because I know what y'all are on. You see them pictures. Where did she post them, man? Alyssa Bumgardner be posting pictures all the time, bro. God, Alyssa Bumgardner just, let me see what she do today. Man, thanks, bro. You the man. Thanks, bro. Okay. All right, man. All right, come on. I got to prepare my heart for Alyssa Bumgardner's pictures. Man, let me tell you, man, she leans into it. Oh, I see. I haven't seen anyone's lately. Oh, let me do the photos. All right, the mink, her and the mink. I got Alyssa. Let me go to Twitter. I'll pull up the Twitter, bro. Since this is a boxer, Alicia Bumgardner. Man, honestly, bro. Oh, I just got to go to Twitter. I think I'm starting to get a handle. Man, they catching guys stealing billions, bro. Mink, mink. All right. Let's go from here. David said, thanks, Fanon, for your support in boxing. Hey, man, thank you and everybody in boxing to support me. I appreciate you a ton. Thank you very much. Really. And all right, so let us go to Alyssa Bumgardner. Yep, that's her. Media, you call it media. Yeah, Alyssa Bumgardner is pretty much always on point with this. It's kind of hard for her to miss, bro. I don't think I can. Yeah. Are those the ones you're talking about? She's always like that. Mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business. That couch. Oh. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'll go for it. Oh, this? Yeah, that's the black and red. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, she's pretty much all like that. Yeah, she is. App. Gifted in that regard. She is gifted in that regard. Yeah, Alyssa Bumgardner is very easy on the eyes. Very easy on the eyes. Hey, Fanon Wiskin, the what is it? The Colonel Boogie. I don't. Yep. Support is Kofi. Top of that. Hey, all right. So I need some votes on some stuff, man. What was fight of the year last year? Hard turn on the conversation. What would you guys say was fight of the year last year? Oh, no, I forget. I remember what I was supposed to talk about. The ticket scam. I want to show you guys, this is an event. Dalton, let's go to Ticketmaster. Have you guys seen the picture? Or hold on, actually, let me go to Twitter because I got Twitter. It's probably better. God dang it. Look at this, man. Look at this. Look at the tickets for Dalton Smith. Look at the tickets available for this. Since then, this was posted on 2 days ago. Look at the tickets, man. Look here, though. This is Lopez versus Stevenson. These same tickets right in these sections have been available, and they actually added more tickets to the areas where they've had tickets unavailable before. So this, my friend, these tickets, there may be more tickets in the white that are not actually sold. And these tickets down in here, the ones that look to be sold, how is it that there's no tickets available at all on the floor? Look at this. No tickets available at all on the floor. No, none. Look. How could that be that none of these tickets are available? But none of the tickets on the second level are available. But nothing on the floor is available. Does that make any real sense? I mean, I'm wondering, like, serious, that doesn't make any sense. That you would have no tickets available on the floor. None. That there's none on the floor. This far out. None on the floor. Only on the second level is there anything available. And most of the second level is available. Does that make any sense? Jeep Red Boy in the building. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that support, bro. Really do, man. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yo, Rico's say yo, Rico's took care. Nah, this is my Rico's right here. Oh, yeah. This is what a Rico will do to your ass. Look at where it was before. This was Lopez Stevenson before. Boom. They are adding tickets, bro. They adding tickets. Look at that ticket. These dudes cannot run that scam. They couldn't run the scam, bro. You can't run the scam, huh? So you cannot they cannot buy up two events at the same time and claim that these guys were. Come on, man. How in the hell is this anything, bro? How does this work? Where you have sold no tickets. You cannot sell any tickets in the Barclays Center. You should be canceling the fight, shouldn't you? Shouldn't you? Yeah. He said that's some horrendous stuff. Yeah, bro, it's so fake. Let me make it bigger. Pause. I wish I could make it bigger. But seriously, man, look at that amount for Dalton Smith, man. Subriel Matias versus Dalton Smith in Brooklyn. You know what they're going to do? They're going to buy that fight. They're going to buy the fight at low prices the day before the fight. These tickets are already, obviously, the ones on the floor have been taken up by the secondary ticket market. So, yeah, you guys, your scam is running, dog. Dog, man, the scam. Can I talk for a couple minutes about this scam? Put a 1 in the chat if I can talk about this global scam that they've been running. And how this is proof in my eyes that this global scam is about to end. Your scheme of taking money out of hedge funds to buy up all the tickets and then stick the tickets on the secondary ticket market so you can not only get all the money from the hedge fund, but you also can now resell these tickets that you're getting for free. So now that you can't get the tickets for free anymore and you can't put them on the secondary ticket market, you actually have to sell the tickets, and you have to do it for 2 fights in the same month. So in this one, because it's Dalton Smith, you're not willing to invest the money in the scam. Okay? Clearly, because there's no tickets moving. So your little 17,000 people, whatever, that you guys thought you could get in here by buying up all the fucking tickets and then reselling the tickets or giving them away or doing whatever you do after you scam people's money. That's what it looks like to me. That is my opinion. Because there's no other way, and that's my opinion, that you can explain these patterns. This one, which is the floor, you've obviously got enough of them on the floor to run your scam with. So you're running your scam with the floor tickets, but you can't run your scam with the upper level ones because you actually have to sell these because you probably don't have enough money to buy the second layer up. You probably don't have enough money to buy all these tickets up and then stick them on the secondary ticket market. We love how your scam is being exposed. We believe, I'm telling you, this is my belief, that you don't have the money anymore. I believe that I know where the money is coming from, that we have cut the money off, and you can no longer run this scam, but yet you still have contractual commitments to invest the money. So you're going to have to pick and choose what you invest in with the money you have now, because you're going to actually have to use your own money. And you guys have been collecting money for a while. I know this. You guys have been paying yourself so much money for the last few years that even though you don't get any of this additional money, it's going to take a little while for you to run out of the money that you have to scam with the money you have now. Right? You scamsters. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think you guys are running a scam. Yes, I do. Love it. The scam. Where does the money come from? The money comes from a bank. The money is released to the bank from the bank on the orders of a trust fund that transfers the money into a hedge fund. The hedge fund is only there to lose money. So you bribe guys with cash, $20,000 in cash, $30,000 in cash, $100,000 in cash, a couple really expensive watches, 3-4 expensive watches, and then they direct that hedge fund money into your event where you pay it out to all of your all your cronies, all your friends. And then after you pay it out, they all kick back a percentage of the money that you paid them back to you. So you paid out $1 million to these guys and you get 100,000. You kick out 50 million to everybody, you get 5 million. Kick back to you with no taxes that originate in that bank that is being passed through because the administrator of a trust fund and allows it to be put in a hedge fund, and then the hedge fund manager then allows you to spend it however the fuck you want. And then you buy up a bunch of tickets for fights, then you snatch them off at the face value. You artificially exaggerate, you inflate and exaggerate the actual significance of the fight. And so you can justify all the tickets that you really bought and are getting kickbacks on when they buy the tickets from you. Yeah, man. East Driver said the nosebleeds were like 1,400 when I first looked. Then I looked last month and it was under 200. I'm telling you, man, because that's the scam that they're running. The ticket sales scandal. I mean, the ticket sales scam. And you can't do it anymore. And you can't afford to do it with this fight. You know why? Because you, first of all, let's be honest, y'all tried to get Subriel Matias stripped. Let's talk Turkey. Turkey, you tried to get Subriel Matias stripped, is what you tried to do. So you didn't even have to pay for a Subriel Matias fight in New York. So you had to go with it, and you had to get that fight done. For that belt. You tried to get Subriel Matias kicked out of it. Probably. Who do they want him to fight other than Subriel Matias? Cycle the bread to get kickback money. Exactly. Cycle the bread to get kickback money. Yep. Cycle the bread to get kickback money. You take the money, you throw it out to a bunch of people you know, and every one of them are going to owe you a favor or owe you money. And you get the money in a kickback. Absolutely. And it really all is a fucking kickback because the same people that are getting the money are the same people that are manipulating the trust fund into the hedge fund. Turkey can't buy up the sanctioning bodies no more. No bread. Yeah, cut it off. Because they don't got that much money to spend. You know, they want to spend other people's money. That's what happens when you spend other people. That's what happens when you spend other people's money. That's what happens when you spend other people's money. And other people find out that you're spending their money. No joke. That's what happens. That's what happens when you spend other people's money. You eventually, the shit is out of hand, bro. It's everybody. It's so out of hand. You guys came over to America to extort money. That's what you did. DAZN and all that stuff. They did it to export to expropriate our money. That's all it is. And it's a scheme. It's not something where they're making money, buying tickets or selling tickets. Also, the pay-per-views. You guys are just putting the money barrier up there for no good reason. You call it a pay-per-view, but what you're really doing is you're just, come on, man. You're burning money and you need to have an application, and then you're trying to cover the cost of the application. That's all it is. That's all you're operating at a loss. You're spending much money on these packages for DAZN. DAZN has lost $2 billion of other people's money. The network is just spending money. So not only the tickets, the network itself is owned by people that are doing this shit. So yeah, man. Dexter Fuqua said all American sports have fallen off bad. That's because we got so many greedy people in it. I don't think you have everybody trying to use it as a business opportunity. You don't even have kids. It's so bad, kids don't even play basketball at parks anymore, hardly. The earliest age you really see kids out there, people just out there playing basketball for fun, is people in their 20s. Guys that used to play in high school and all that. You don't even have people really going out because all of the money being invested in amateur athletics. Yeah, gambling killed all sports, and the gambling that you guys are scamming on. So, now look, once I stopped talking about women for a little while, y'all came back. I'm telling you, I know who y'all are. I'm telling you, I can see it. Once I started talking, got off talking about women, y'all came on back. Is he done talking about that yet? Yeah. Roach Pitbull was better than Haney Norman. Look at the price difference. Oh, it was definitely a better fight. But they were both kind of shitter. I didn't get to see that. Let me not lie. I didn't get to see all of Haney Norman. I boycott Devin Haney and Bill Haney. I boycott Bill Haney and Devin Haney. I was on a boycott. I didn't see that fight. Let me not lie. I didn't see that shit. Because I'm not supporting Devin Haney. I'm telling you, man, I'm superstitious, bro. I believe that if I support them, they use that as a justification to keep stealing money. If I let them steal my money, then I think that gives them incentive to try to steal other people's money. If I support the fight with my money or me calling the fight, I think that incentivizes them. So I don't want to do it. So I don't watch Devin Haney fights. I'll watch the replays. I'll join the many botted views on the replays. And I'll just look at the highlights, bro, because I know the whole fight. I just want to see what the highlight was. The one or two good punches that land in that fight. Really. I do believe Devin Haney does load management in boxing rings. He's not going to fight for about 90% of the fight. That's how he's going to save his brain cells, by not fighting for 90% of the fight. For real. I'm not even going to fire stick, bro, because you got to buy a fire stick. Who knows? They may own fire stick. I'm going to watch that shit on a highlight. Once I saw them tickets were higher than what? I say, you know where I stand. I don't watch a single fight that has to do with Saudi. None, zero. Yeah, I can't. Y'all stealing my money. I just believe y'all stealing my money. You know, call it a delusion. Call it what you want. The way I feel is you're stealing my money. You're offering me something that I don't want. If I give you a view, you use that to support more stealing of the money. No, I should have never gotten a DAZN membership. I really should have canceled it a long time ago because of Turkey Al-Sheikh and Eddie Hearn. It's not a bad, DAZN is not a bad thing just in and of itself, but the things that they do. I'm telling you, man, Devin Haney does load management. He may get hit one or two good times in a fight. He may land 2 or 3 good shots in a fight. So if you stretch that over 50 fights, 40 fights, you get hit a lot less. Again, it's hit and don't get hit. So they're just going to move around and make sure that they don't get hit for 95 to 98% of the fight. And for the 2% of the fight that they have, they're the one that's going to dictate when the fight takes place so they can get in and out the way they want to get in and out. These guys are aiming at 12 rounds. Devin is anticipating a 12-round fight. He is aiming for a 12-round fight. Devin is not trying to. Devin is aiming for a 12-round fight with the least amount of punishment that he could possibly have. He stepped up 2 times in 2 fights. He stepped up with Lomachenko, and Lomachenko cracked his ass up, trying to fight Lomachenko and impose himself on Lomachenko. Hey, bruh, Fanon funny as fuck. Numbers shot up when we stopped talking about women. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Some fugazi ass niggas in here, man. I'm telling you, they can't stand to hear it. I'm telling you, they can't stand to hear that talk. They can't, bro. I'm telling you. They can't stand it. They want to leave a room. I'm telling you, look, man. I had a comment. You know what made me do this? My wife always watches RuPaul, bro. My wife watches RuPaul. And the RuPaul's drag show. She finds it funny. My mother finds it funny. I do not find anything about RuPaul funny. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to see it. It makes me feel uncomfortable. Like, I don't want it, right? So I started trying to explain to my wife that it's not me being homophobic. It's just you're showing me something that I feel uncomfortable with. I'm not afraid of them. I just feel uncomfortable. I don't like seeing men dressed like women. You know, that makes me uncomfortable. So anyway, I was trying to explain that. But long story short, that's what I was doing with these guys here. Once I start talking about women, they're going to leave because they feel very uncomfortable talking about how pretty women are. They don't respect women. They don't. They don't respect women. They don't like women. And I have no idea why y'all overly concerned with their opinion. I always tell you the beauty standards that they put for women are not healthy beauty standards. They're not even realistic beauty standards. Most men like women with something on them, you know? Most, not everybody, obviously. Good morning, Fanon. Salute. They have to stop playing with our hard-earned money. Yep, exactly. Or our money that somebody just gave us. You know what I mean? As long as it's your money, they should leave it alone. I don't care how you got it. Some people got a lot of money and they got a lot of money without any hard work. Let's talk about that for 1 second, okay? Because people always like to say that your hard-earned money. Like they don't respect people that get money that's not hard-earned, right? Like you think it's okay if somebody's just giving a bunch of money that you deserve more of that money because you work hard for your money. This person doesn't work hard for their money. They just have money. I'm telling you, no, bro. It's not whether the money is hard earned or not. It's just whether it's your money. Gambling money is not hard earned money. Gambling money is definitely not hard earned money. You do not have to lift shit for it, shoot nobody for it, none of that. My dad always said you go to school to learn how not to work. Exactly. That shit is not hard earned. Hard earned are the guys moving the trash cans, driving the trucks all day, every out on the roads, the construction workers, police officers, military people. But dog, just because somebody doesn't earn their money doesn't mean you have the right to use that money. Like there's money set aside in welfare programs for kids, disadvantaged kids. One of the things that these people always want to instill in others is they didn't earn that money. It doesn't matter whether they earn the money or not. They're entitled to the money. It's their money. You don't have the right to divert that money and do something else with it just because you don't like the manner in which that person received the money. Because all you're doing is stealing from the person. That's all you're doing. It's called theft. But you justify it by saying, oh, these people that are on these programs aren't working hard. They're still entitled to it because they're a U.S. citizen. And you have duties as a U.S. citizen, but the government also has responsibilities for the citizenry. Yes, and if the economy is out of whack and the jobs are out of whack and they're supposed to have to give assistance and support to the citizens, you can't divert that just because you think yours was hard won and theirs was not. Okay, because eventually your shit's not that hard earned. Anyway, Ebenezer said, I agree with you, Fernando. I'm a truck driver. Yeah, that's hard earned money. You guys try to sell this idea that it's all right to steal people's money because you don't think it's hard earned, which is why you steal people money out of their trust fund and why you steal the money out of their hedge fund, because you don't think it's hard earned. You think they have endless amounts of it. That's what Claymore Rain said about Turkey al-Sheikh. We have endless funds, right? Oh, it doesn't matter. Ask for as much money as you want. He'll pay any price. Why? Because you have no respect for the fact that it's somebody else's money. And you try to instill in other people a disrespect for people whose money it is. Money paid in taxes to the United States of America belong to the United States people. It doesn't belong to Saudi Arabia. It does not belong anywhere other than the United States. You guys are a bunch of thieves and your scams are running out. This scam in particular right here, where you don't have any money to pay for these tickets. You don't have any money to pay for these tickets because your money source has been cut off. You don't have the money to sell that. You didn't want to have to sell that. That's why y'all contaminated. This is my personal opinion. That's why you contaminated Sabril Matias's sample. And then they turned around and said, fuck that. We ain't falling for the banana in the tailpipe again. Every time a fighter is in a position you don't want to be in, you find some miracle way to shut them down. You find they pop dirty for something. They get a court case put on them. They have family problems. All the bullshit fixer shit that you do with these guys you give tickets to, the guys that you push this money through. And it's all coming to a head. You guys thought you were slick. You're not. You're just thieves. Stealing from a very wealthy person. That's it. And the wealthy person whose money it is, who did not work hard for that amount of money, nope. I didn't. Let me tell you something. The person whose money it is did not work any harder than the truck drivers did. There's benefits to being a truck driver. Yeah, there is. Anonymity. You don't have people trying to kill you all the time. You don't have people trying to steal from you all the time. You don't have to walk around with you don't have to have massive amounts of security around you all the time. You know what I mean? When you're a truck driver and you earn your money like that, you don't have to worry about those type of things unless you step out the way. But the people with the money that you're stealing, they actually have to worry about people that want to harm them because of how much money they have. And you don't want to be in their shoes, but you think you want to be in their shoes. So you think people are Robin Hood. You want to look up to the guy that's going to steal from the rich and deliver to the poor. No, thank you. I don't need you to steal from the rich and deliver to the poor, because if you wouldn't steal from the rich could probably just give it straight to the poor. You guys are just a bunch of fucking middleman thieves, Robin Hood and all your horse shit. You know? Like, seriously, man. So I take a little bit of an offense to the idea when people say your hard-earned money. I don't care if the money's hard-earned or not. If it's my money, leave me the fuck alone. Give me my goddamn money. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody try to hear about whether shit's hard working or not. Hard working is a relative term. We all only have 24 hours in a day, and we're all worried 24 fucking hours a day about some bullshit here, there, and the other. Right? But you guys are out here trying to scam because y'all a bunch of broke ass, because y'all a bunch of fake rich people is what you are. You guys are imitation rich. You don't got new money. You got imitation money. You got imitation money like what's going on with Drake passing imitation money through Stake to Aiden Ross so Aiden Ross can exaggerate his numbers on Spotify. You guys don't even have, you guys have fake money. You don't even have real money. You don't have coinage. That's something I said on Twitter about Floyd. Floyd always showing cash, ain't never showing you no change. He ain't never showing you, he got a lot of paper, but he ain't never showing you no metal. You don't even know if the shit he's showing is real money. These dudes are such crooks, they will counterfeit money. Show you a stack of fake $100 bills. Look real as shit. And if you understand money, the $100 bills are fake anyway, because all it is a federal note promising that you can cash it in, right, at some point, but you can't. It just floats in the air. Meanwhile, you get my point, bro. You guys are some scam artists, bro. And you guys have fucked up, and now everybody knows what you've been doing. And now you not only have to pay people back their money, you got to deal with the fact that you got a very, very serious enemy. I'm telling you, Turkey al-Sheikh made an enemy of one of the most dangerous human beings that have ever walked the face of the earth. Let me repeat that. Turkey al-Sheikh made a personal enemy of one of the most dangerous people to ever walk the face of the earth. And you guys out here dipping on money like it ain't never going to come back to get you. Bro, what do you think Attila the Hun's going to do when they find out, when Attila the Hun finds out that you got some Attila the Hun's money? When you've been suckering, that you've been Attila the Hun playing cards with you, and you cheated Attila the Hun. What have you done? You out here taking money from Attila the Hun's kids. You out here, come on, man. That's going to cause serious problems for you, bro. I'm telling you, there are people so powerful in this world that they don't care nothing about being on television, because television is nothing but Hollywood anyway. It's a mix between the news and entertainment. News is nothing but finance and New York and what they want their foreign policy to be. And entertainment is what allows you and makes you do what they want you to do throughout the day. There's people at levels in this world that do not care anything about that. Like, for example, and I said this yesterday on MH Blackwell, please feel free to come by the channel. People look at things like what happened to Nicolas Maduro when Nicolas Maduro got snatched out of Venezuela, and they snatched all the gold. They snatched basically $2.8 billion worth of oil from them, and took over their infrastructure. Do you know what they didn't do? You know what they didn't do? They didn't overthrow the government. Look what they did. They didn't go in there and overthrow the government. They didn't change any of the defense apparatus. They didn't touch any of the local military, any of that. The only thing they did is get one guy. They took one guy and about $3 billion. That's all they did to Nicolas Maduro, is say, bring your ass over here, sit your ass in jail. And they said, you can keep your whole structure. We're just going to take your oil. We're just going to take your oil. And we're going to sell your oil. So they snatched Maduro and they snatched their oil and left the government in place. That's personal. And that is not Donald Trump. Donald Trump does not have the authority to do that. No. You know why? Because those guys are big business partners of Putin's and of China's. That's why they left everything else in place. Because they can still sell the oil at a higher price to China and to Russia. They just pay a higher price. They just get a higher price. They didn't change anything else. The only way Trump could have done that is if he was okay, if Putin was okay, and what's his name? Xi in China, if they were both okay. That's the only way those guys could pull that off, if they were both okay with that. That's a very powerful person. That's a very powerful person that can snatch Nicolas Maduro and $3 billion. Trump couldn't do it in his first presidency. All they could do is offer a reward. That's all they could do is offer a reward. Then he upped the reward to $50 million. That's all he could do. They can't go in there and get him because that's a war with China. And that's a war with China, who's a business partner of the U.S. very heavily, despite our claims that we're not close. And Russia, who is a very serious threat to U.S. national security in the Eastern Hemisphere. Right? They had to approve that. They knew about it. They approved it. That's a very powerful man to do that. I'm telling you right now, you're playing with that guy's money. I'm telling you, you're playing with that guy's money. And you guys are probably going to wind up not being, you know what I'm saying, you're going to take a lot from that. You're going to get a lot out of that. Y'all going to get, Saudi Arabia is nervous as shit. Shout out to Kamal Oz. I ain't seen you in a while, bro. Obviously, somebody got more muscle than Mohammed bin Salman. Obviously. Because Mohammed bin Salman can't go snatch the president of Venezuela and $3 billion in oil, in sellable oil. And already got the contracts in place to sell the oil to China and to Russia. I don't think Mohammed bin Salman could pull that off. I don't. And that's why I'm telling you, I never believed Mohammed bin Salman is that powerful. He's sitting in the middle of a desert. I'm not impressed. Also, your opulence is not impressive. Let me talk to you, Turkey al-Sheikh. Your opulence is not impressive to me. Your willingness to show gaudy amounts of wealth in order to imply that you have much, much, much more, brother, I don't believe that. I think you're bluffing. In fact, I know you're bluffing. I know you're bluffing. So stop acting like it's your money. It's not. You're just a cover for the people that are stealing the money from the guy I'm talking about. And MBS is a glorified puppet. And MBS, Mohammed bin Salman, is a glorified puppet. He is going to do what he is told to do. And he's not going to do anything different than what he's told to do. He's going to do exactly what he's told to do because there's nothing in the world that he can do. Nothing. If this man can snatch Maduro, he can snatch you and get paid to do it. Because not only did he snatch him, he snatched him and got paid at least $2.8 billion for doing it. He made in oil straight from Russia. Russia handed over the tanker. Russia didn't have that tank guarded with all kind of ships and stuff and go to, no. Russia said, hey, we got some oil for you. You can take that. And all they did is switch the socialist. They didn't even get rid of socialism. You know why? Because my guy is socialist. Don't you find it mighty interesting that Trump did not change a socialist government and left the socialist government intact? You find that kind of funny that they left the socialist government intact, completely intact? They only changed one socialist for the other? Huh? Don't you find that wouldn't that be a great opportunity to turn the nation of Venezuela into a democratic nation and to get rid of the Chavezists, the Hugo Chavez, all of the socialists? Wouldn't you think that they would do that? Trump didn't do that at all. Yeah, it is. I know. U.S. is quasi-socialist. It is. Better believe it's quasi-socialist, which is why these people need to stop stealing so damn much money. Absolutely, they're paying the bills. We know who's paying the bills. Yo, the CIA did assessment beforehand and found the changing leaders to their own would cause upheaval if they kicked them out. I mean, honestly, it's going to cause upheaval if they kick it out, but they want upheaval. No, but guess what they went in there to do? They just went in there to get the oil and be the people that are going to sell the oil. We will sell oil for you because we don't want you doing direct business with these guys. We'll do direct business with you. Now the U.S. is in the business of selling Venezuelan oil. You're going to bring in all kind of American contractors that are going to make money off that. It's an absolutely huge financial boom that was brought on. Why? Because y'all were stealing money. Number one, it's not your land. Let's be straight with it. That Venezuelan land is not your land. You guys are sitting on the top of land that don't belong to you. That land don't belong to y'all either. There's a whole bunch of colonial settlements. The land don't belong to the people running it. So, hey, man, you can't hear it. What are you talking about? Refining about to boom off the Gulf Coast. I'm telling you, man, look. Yeah, and they threw your boy out. So look, bro, and I said it. Y'all gonna fuck around, watch this shit. I told y'all, and y'all not gonna believe me, I don't care. I told y'all was gonna piss this guy off. I told you, y'all stealing all that money. Not all money is good money. This guy's gonna find out you stole that money, and that man's gonna take it out on your boy. We're not gonna buy your mud anymore. We'll go get the money from Maduro. I told you, we'll go get the money from Maduro. We'll go get the oil from Venezuela. That's what I told you. You niggas is out here stealing out of his trust fund like a bunch of petty criminals, and you don't think he's going to turn around on you and then stop buying your mud and go snatch the mud from somebody else, and now they're in the business. Now they're in Citgo Oil is going to be the company. Citgo Oil is I'm going to name the company Citgo Oil. The people that control Citgo Oil now are going to make more money than God. And they don't need your Saudi mud because now you're in competition with these guys for the oil contracts that they have. Do you remember the Venezuelan oil company Citgo that used to be all over the place? Well, Citgo was snatched from the government, and now the backers of Citgo are the ones that are going to be responsible for refining the oil and selling the oil. So just so you know, that's who just snatched your money, Turkey al-Sheikh. And I told you they were going to do it. Why? Because you're stealing money. Because you told them, I don't like stock tips. Buy IBM, but my stock tips is invest in the S&P 500. I don't do stocks. I think a lot of that shit is a pyramid scheme. Look, man. No, I think the guys pulled that trigger, bro, because they are allowed to pull that trigger. Everybody has reasons for why they do something. That doesn't mean that it is the decisive reason that it happened. You can be in a company and you can have 5,000 people in a company. Say you got 500 managers, really, and all of these people are responsible for different parts in different parts of the organization. Some people are about hiring people. Some people are about the technical work, that do the work. Some people sell the product, right? So they all have interests. However, and you can say, oh, the reason that the contract was like this is because sales wanted this. Oh, the reason that the contract was like this is because marketing wanted to do this, right? So there's always a lot of reasons that any particular decision is made. But that doesn't mean that there is not an overriding single reason that it took place. And I'm telling you right now, we got pissed at Saudi Arabia. We got pissed at Saudi Arabia. Told Saudi Arabia to stop playing games. Told Saudi Arabia to stop playing games multiple times. Warned Saudi Arabia to stop playing games. Stop playing games with golf. Stop playing games with basketball. Stop playing games with trust funds. Stop playing games. They refuse to stop playing games because they're fucking arrogant and they think the U.S. is for sale. Then these guys pulled some shit on these guys, and I told you they were going to do it. So just like the 6 RICOs that I told you about, I told you, didn't I? 6 RICOs have taken place since I said they were going to start putting RICOs on people. When I told you they were going to go get Venezuelan oil, they went and got Venezuelan oil. Okay? So all you people that want to act like you don't know what's going on, you can stop acting like you don't know what's going on so you can continue to fool people into not knowing what's going on. Just like I told you about the 6 RICOs to date, I also told you about them going to get that Venezuelan oil because we don't need the mud in Saudi Arabia. The only reason we're using mud in the Saudi Arabian mud is to keep you guys fed. We don't have to feed you. If you're going to get smart-assy in the United States with our shit, we are not going to feed you in Saudi Arabia. We're not going to do it. You think you've got so many connections in Congress and so many connections in the Senate and so many connections in the financial world that you forget that they don't run shit. We do. We run it. We don't give a fuck what Donald Trump thinks at the end of the day. Because we were here before Donald, we will be here after Donald. We don't care. When you get to the core of us and you disrespect us, we're coming to get you. Okay? And I told you, you're biting off more than you can chew. And you thought you had a system in place where you could do it. And I'm telling you, there's nothing in this system that will stop us from doing what we do if you disrespect us beyond a reasonable amount. If you disrespect us beyond a reasonable amount, to stick your hand in the private money, to stick your hand in our bank account and claim that it's your bank account is disrespectful to our intelligence. You don't have that money. For you to manipulate the sport of boxing the way that you've done through gambling is not appreciated. You guys insult the United States of America while you're dependent on it. Get your hand out my pocket. You thought, and were so bold as to say on this channel, we're going to keep stealing your daddy's money. And I told you, no, you're not going to keep stealing my daddy's money. And I mean that metaphorically. I told you, you're not going to keep stealing. You said we're going to keep stealing. No, you're not. No, you're not going to keep stealing. No, you're not. Because we got something called a funnel. And we do this to the funnel. It's off. That's all we got to do to starve you out. Turn off the money that's flowing to you. We know the money is flowing. We want the money to flow. We're not against the money flowing, but you understand that we know where the money's flowing to. We're not stupid. And you thought you could get over. You thought you could get over because you had connections. You thought you had really, really solid connections that had influence above the government. That's what you thought. You were very, very, very wrong. You played a very dangerous game and a lot of people died. A lot. And as you see, Eddie Hearn can't sell a ticket. Cannot sell a ticket without your scheme. Cannot sell a ticket while the money is cut off. You know what's funny, Fanon? Russia called the U.S. and asked them not to do anything about the illegal oil tanker coming from Venezuela yesterday because it was Russian, and Trump told them to fuck off because he had a high enough authority to tell them to fuck off. Because somebody had enough clout to tell them to fuck off. You guys are playing around, bro. You guys played a dangerous game and lost. And guess what you did? You kept doubling down because you're gamblers. Let me tell you what you did and what got you in so much trouble before I get off. You double down, but you never pay up. Every time you lose with the guy you're betting with, you double down. And you figure that the odds are going to be that you're going to win one. So when you double down, eventually you're going to hit. That's what you do. When you guys knew that you were gambling with stealing his money, every time somebody got caught and put out, you doubled down. You just doubled down on what you were doing. You applied more pressure, stole more money, right? You doubled down. It's a cousin of telling the biggest lie. You guys always double down. Let me tell you what happens with me, though. I don't gamble. If you owe me money, I'm not gambling with you. So there's not going to be an opportunity for you to double down. I'm not stupid. You're trying to run a numbers game on me. You're just going to try to do the same thing bigger and double it up and take bigger chances because one of the big ones are going to hit eventually. I don't gamble. We don't gamble. So you can't double down. You can't get us to give you our money on a bet because we don't gamble. That's what you guys do. Those are the games you play. We don't gamble. There's no need. We already have everything. What is there for us to win? The only thing there is for us to do is to lose. That's it. So there are people that go out there and decide they want to lose money here and there. Why? So you guys can have some money. Losing money is part of it. But we are selective about who we lose money to. Who do we invest in and know it's not coming back? Right? Because we don't believe in usury. We typically don't loan money. We give it and invest it. And we may have ownership in a part of what gets built, which is why we own everything that you guys had. You guys can't double down with me. You have nothing to pay with. You can't double down when you don't have any money. You need to show me proof of funds, like Eddie Hearn said about me. I remember when Eddie Hearn said, who is this nigga that got $50 million? Who can guarantee that money? Whole lot of things started happening after he found out who could give up that money. When a certain backer for Deontay Wilder had $50 million to put up for the fight like it was nothing. You didn't take the fight, but what did you do? You doubled down and went and got Turki Al-Sheikh, a bigger con man with a deeper purse. And you doubled down and thought you could come in through him. And then guess what? You found out that he can't get it done either. He cannot get it done either. And nobody that you send on this planet will be able to get it done either. Because you don't have enough money to pay. So we're not going to double down on you. We're just going to come collect. That's it. And we're going to, and the money that you got in your hand, trust me, they're coming to get that too. Out of your hand. All right. So since we know you don't have no money, you can't double down with another big, oh, it's going to be a bigger spending spree. No, we don't believe you. We're not going to give you an IOD. We're not going to give you an IOU. No IOUs, bro. No IOUs. No IOUs. We already know you don't have any money. You can't double down. And it's time to pay up. Not pay up off no gamble. Pay up off the money you stole. Pay up the money you stole. And after we get the money you stole, then we're going to talk about what you owe us. Let me repeat. After we get the money out of your ass, and I don't mean pause. I literally mean it. These people will rip you apart. You better give up that money. Stop playing. These people snatched Nicolas Maduro. Let me say it boldly. These guys snatched Nicolas Maduro. They did. Because you play too much. You talk too much. You think because we made you middle managers that are famous that you can keep running your lips and ain't nobody going to come get you. It's very, very real, bro. It's very, very real. You guys think you're important because you're on ESPN. You think you're important because you're on a television screen. You think you're important because you are an elected official. You think you have power because you are a influential person in your family. If you got a penny of this money, none of that's going to save you. None of it. You guys have to stop stealing. You have to stop gambling. You have to stop lying. And I'm telling you, Donald Trump got permission to do that to Nicolas Maduro. Permission. Because he knew nothing was going to come back at him for doing it. He's not going to have to worry about getting shot in the ear again. He's not going to have to worry about going to jail. He's not going to have to worry about any of that stuff. He's going to die a very, very rich man. Yeah. Because he is just a figurehead. You should know this. The president of the United States is a figurehead, as are many political offices. It is the personality that encapsulates the duties of that branch of government. You guys do not understand these things. Somebody gave him permission, and I'm telling you, I know who gave him permission. I know who gave him permission, and so do y'all know who gave him permission. So you guys can act funny, Turki Al-Sheikh, if you want to. You can keep acting cute if you want to. Because you better believe they ain't even announcing how many people died snatching Nicolas Maduro. They're not talking about the chasm in between the camp of Maduro in the Socialist Party and his competitors within the Socialist Party. Because there's going to be a huge swap of power within that socialist community in Venezuela, which is going to affect a whole lot of money within that company, within that country. So if you guys think that you're on the top of that country and that you are the dictators of that economy, you have, in my personal opinion, Mohammed bin Salman to thank for your asses getting flipped. Because somebody said, I don't want to buy Venezuelan mud anymore. I mean, I don't want to buy, it doesn't make sense for me to buy Saudi Arabian oil anymore. It doesn't make any sense. I got a company called Citgo that used to work in Venezuela before it was nationalized. We're going to use Citgo, and we're going to buy Venezuelan oil from Venezuela through Citgo, and then move that oil throughout the whole world. We can manage it, make a whole lot of money, and we don't have to be so concerned with the mud coming out of Saudi Arabia. That's what I said on this YouTube channel, and that is what's coming about. And do not listen to these people that say, why would we do that? You only got 2 days worth of oil. It does not have to be, Mr. Hinckley, the entire source of our oil. But it does have to be something within our control. And last time I checked, 50 million barrels of oil that were on its way somewhere is worth $3 billion. So absolutely, we can fund snatching Maduro out with the sale of one of those ships and not have to borrow money from anybody to do it. We'll do it ourselves with the money that we get from selling our oil wherever we feel like selling our oil. And on top of it, since you niggas are suckers, we'll come into your country and we will snatch your oil out of your country too. Since you want to be funny and you want to run around in the United States and treat us like we're some aboriginal idiots who you can exploit with a bunch of stupid games. Since you want to play us stupid and come on over here and steal us, how about we go over to where you are and we start stealing all your business up in your cities? And we start stealing all your business in your countries. And we start fucking with you where you are and causing you all kind of problems. Since you want to be cute. So we'll snatch the oil out of Venezuela. We'll block your ass out of this side of the country. We will put all kind of people wherever we want them, wherever we go. Because that's how the game you want to play. I want to be the bad cop. He said that 50 barrels was hiding to China. Now, guess what? Instead of getting the oil for pennies on the dollars from Venezuela, China has to go out to the market and pay market price. Which means what? China is not going to be happy with Saudi Arabia. Which means China and Russia are going to be upset at the United States. And they're going to be upset at Saudi Arabia. And they're going to be upset with Saudi Arabia. You know, the place where they try to meet and all this, China comes, the United States comes, Russia comes to Saudi Arabia. But yet Saudi Arabia is over here playing around, talking shit, fucking up people's money. And the guy gets pissed and says, fuck Saudi Arabia. Which means Saudi Arabia can't get Venezuelan oil for the price that they were getting it. It's going to cost them money. Smart move, Mohammed bin Salman. Really smart move, bro. Really smart move there, Mohammed bin Salman. If you piss this guy off, let me check my mental health again. Yes, I've named 6 Ricos. Yes, I have. I'm pretty sure. I've named 6 Ricos before they took place. And I also predicted the invasion of Venezuela for their oil. All of it within a couple weeks. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you guys are fucking with the wrong guy. And that's why you guys went all balls to the wall to try to destroy him. People just need to see what OPEC has been doing along with oil spices lately. Everything is connected. Yes, it is. And it's a beautiful thing. Man, thank you to the 2 people that supported. Thank you to everybody. I'm going to try to be back at 2 o'clock today. For the political show. No, I don't look tired, bro. I look 56 years old, bro. Hey, man. Hey, dude, can I ask you a question? How come you soft ass niggas always got to try to insult somebody on the way out the door, bro? Bro, I don't look tired. I have so much energy. There's no way I could look tired. I have bags under my eyes because I got them from my grandfather. My grandfather had bags under his eyes. And so I, in my eyes, resemble 3 people. Hey, thank you, bro. 3 people. Hey, bro, thank you so much, bro, for that support, bro. It means a lot, dog. It really does. So anyway, I look like my granddad in the eyes. And matter of fact, that's what people say I look like. I look like my granddad. So I don't think I look tired. I just got baggy eyes, bro. But thank you for your concern and your insult. And with that, I'm out of here. Deuces.